Okay, so I thought I would go back to where I pretty much started. Um, I was doing my fast travels on ARK and thought since I got several views on my hatchery build that I did when I first was starting up in YouTube, I would do an update and show you all what the completed hatchery looks like. This is the same exact building that I built in Creative on stream. It is completed and it is on Xbox official server, built the hard way. So let's get into it. So I got me a couple dinos out. Not much, just my wyvern and my Argy. As you can see, this building is large enough for several wyverns at one time. It is absolutely huge. The blue area here, I can't remember the exact number. There is in the neighborhood of 35 air conditioners under this floor. So that's handy. This is something else that I was going to show on the build, but I never got to. This is my cooking area. There is, I believe, 9 cookers across here. And like 20 fridges. So the fridges are sitting on triangle ceilings. So they're held back just off the wall. Make them easy access from underneath as you're emptying the cookers. You can access the cookers right here. And you can actually access them from far enough back. If I'm remembering correctly. No, maybe not. I thought you could access the fridge from here, but I think some of them you can. But you got these bottom row fridges. And then this one of my additions. I have my crafter character laying in the floor. Generator. You could put the generator in this little side room if you wanted to, but I chose to put the beds in here. But we have our workshop. All the basic needs for a workshop. Plenty of room to expand. Some nice floating tech storage boxes. Then we have 4 more fridges in here and our cooker and a cooking pot just for good measure. We have a little, now this was a little difficult, but we have a little upstairs room built into the roof that we have several vaults and a bunk bed. If you want to, you can hide stuff behind the vaults because of the way this is made. And not only that, in this layer of the roof, if you duck and close the door, you got a little hidden box in here and you can go all the way around the roof. This is a triangle roof with a glass point. Just decided to do that to make it look interesting. Of course, I have my water supply, which I will show you how that water supply is hooked up in just a minute. Transmitter. Transmitter is actually placed last. You have to place the foundations first or the transmitter will not go in. But that is a triangle fill center, the little five-sided center. 5 or 6-sided center. Then we have another one over here. And making these look right with the step downs was a little bit difficult, because I did place these floors lower on some of this. But we have our rep room right here. Another triangle ceiling, but I did not do a glass point on this one. More storage. This is outside, but nice little place to hide your cryo fridges. Got a little room in here. I put a bed and some storage boxes back here behind the rep. We don't have a lot back here right now, but then I got a box for element. This glass wall turned out great. This was something I was building in the original build stream, and it turned out really nice. So, another thing, over here we have a pair of cages for dung beetles. If you've played the game long at all, you know what good dung beetles are. And then we have this nice garden out here, which I currently have nothing growing in. But you have water at the bottom, hiding my electrical connector with a lamp standing in it. Water in the middle, water at the top. It's an all glass greenhouse. Plenty of room for plants. You get your full 300% bonus, and because of the way the spigots are set, you get your 100% irrigation easily without looking too bad. Then, of course, we have our tech gen and our teleporter right outside the door. Now, while we're out here, we'll go around the back side to that glass front. And this one took a little bit of thinking, and I've been thinking about expanding it, but I haven't done it yet. I have tested expanding the entire length of this glass wall, and I can come around the corner with this. I just ain't done it. But I got a nice little step-down porch. I put metal steps up into the house just to match with the glass greenhouse doors. Put me some chairs up here to decorate it. And then I got me a nice little sloped roof. Oh, it lagged. Nice little sloped roof on it. Some greenhouse double door frames to make my support pillars. And it lines up almost perfectly with the bar in one of the windows. Making this step down was a little difficult, but it works out nicely. And then we have the side entrance to my rep room. And if you look down here, there is my water tanks. So I've got them down on the hillside. I've got a lot of them. They build up water quite well. And then it runs up through a pipe into the house. Let me go back in here, and I'll give you an aerial view of everything. This, by the way, is my outside access to those cookers. Let me set this down real quick. These are all easily accessible, packed in there nice and tight, and you've actually still got room to walk behind them if you need to. But you can access them from the outside to put your meat in and then pull it out from the inside. So, up into the air. And everything just kind of works together. You got your hatchery, your teleporter, the house, and the two little built-on buildings, which are really close to being the same size. And they tightened up to where they are really close to being together without being able to see the walls through each other. You got somebody else has built something down below us here. Interesting looking. It looks like they've kind of tried to follow my build scheme on that end piece. Oh yeah, that's interesting looking. But we've been built up here on this hill for quite a while now. I do think that porch would look better if I expand it on around on that glass front. I just love the lag sometimes. But I really like the way the roof design turned out on this and everything. I'm going to go down here and try and land on one of these smaller structures so you can see how it's built. As you can see, for the most part, it is an alternating pattern of squares and triangles. And of course, you have your 6 triangles in the middle for the point, which on the other roof is glass. Now, building the attachment between these two houses was a little tricky, and it is very easy to drop all these windows all the way to the roof if you're not careful, because you actually have to hang thatch ceilings out into the main house and then set the windows a certain way as you're building this roof, and then you can destroy the thatch ceilings and the windows will stay. So if you do try this, I would recommend only building 1 or 2 windows, or maybe make them out of stone to start with and then replace them in glass. That way you can see if it will stay up or not when you destroy that thatch ceiling, as it is tricky. And while I got you on here, I will show you one more thing. Let me take this bird in. There, I'm actually gonna pod this bird. Let's go over here and get our nice blood crystal wyvern. Exsanguination expert. So Let's see if I can remember where I'm going, because I haven't flew this map in a little bit. We're going to go over here first to my water base. I love these wyverns. They are just so fast. The lag is horrible lately. I'm going to go ahead and land here for a second. This is our metal base. There's another little house that I built. That's what I thought. Oh, I hate Dilophosaurs. Nothing like that's going to take this down all that easy. But I'll show you in here real quick. This is our metal workshop. We got a couple more cages for dung beetles. We had a few at the time. Our Fabby and Smithy. Another little greenhouse just to give us food and supplies. We've actually got this pin coated because we've got another guy we game with that we let in here so he can use the industrial cooker or whatever he needs to do. Now, let me see if I can remember where our water base is. I think I do. Yep, right there. Now this one, I built a little bridge right here over to a large ocean platform. And another little bridge to our water base. This was just a basic build. This is nothing at all fancy. Just basic what I could do with it build. We've got a generator in here with a gas storage box just cramped into the little room under the stairs. Then you got access to an upstairs. Now this is a fun one. This little bridge comes out. Works out perfect with this ocean base. Now what's interesting about this ocean platform is I've built a trap under the ocean platform. And it is lined up perfectly with the platform. This took a lot of work. I actually built the bridge first. Whoop. I hate it when it does that. I built the bridge first, and then I placed the platform as close to the bridge as I could. So it was a lot of trial and error to get the right height on the bridge, get the right placement on the platform. The bridge was actually built and then stepped up once I got it in position. And then, just for people thinking that I might have ruined this area, I'll go out here and show you. I actually thought of the other people, so whenever I built this bridge, hopefully there's no sharks, I did build it as a floating bridge in the middle so people could swim through with basically anything. So that I'm not blocking people from getting through the area. So these bridge tiles on top are literally just hovering because there is no connector to the ground. They're just directly above the ones that are connected on the bottom of the water. So this trap and bridge is not blocking any access anywhere in this waterway. This one, on the other hand, you cannot swim through, but I am just off the end of the island, so it's not like there's a need. You could swim through on a basie, maybe. And then I got one last area to show you. Let me get airborne so I can get turned in the right direction. There we are. Now I will show you my public access wyvern trap. I like to leave all my traps unlocked for public use so that anybody can use them at any time. Now, this is not by any means a cheap trap. This is a very expensive to build trap. But it is also a very good trap. I built it right over here. So, what we have is we have a lower passage that you fly through on your wyvern, or bird if you're brave. And the upper passage that the wild wyvern will get trapped in. So what it basically does is you take your wyvern and you come in here and you just fly right here, right through, and just keep going straight. And the other wyvern will get stuck in the top. I will demo that. Right there. So once it's in here, flapping around, it has a hard time backing out. This is tall enough for the wyvern. And it comes down at an angle to funnel it into this front section. The good thing about this style trap with these crystal wyverns is whenever they are actually hovering, they're not sitting real high. Let me get off this wyvern. When it's hovering in that front section, you can always reach it to feed it crystal. Even whenever it gets back here in these corners where these door frames are, you can still reach it to feed it crystal. And once it's in here, when it's following you trying to attack you, you come down the side and close these gates back here. It can't do nothing. There are very rare perfect storm occasions where the wyvern will get turned around. As you can see, it's very difficult. But if it gets in the middle here, it can come out. But that's a rare thing. But then I also built this where this is tall enough. You leave your wyvern on this pad, it's safe from the wyvern above. It cannot be hit. Then I built a pair of rooms with storage boxes, one on each side in these stairs. Now, my other version of this trap, I actually have a generator in one of these rooms and lights around. But when you're standing back here, you could stand back here, get your crossbow out, shoot the wild wyvern, knock it out, and you could come right over here, either side, run up the steps, and take the crystal out of it. Or if you build this on Valgaro or Rag or one of those, take the milk out of it. It'll work the same either way. Just give you a little idea of this. And this up here, if I can get it to land. Ooh, it barely landed. It's flat ceilings at the bottom, stairs up the front, flat ceilings at the top. Now the top was a little tricky to put them flat ceilings, but once they're in place and connected to the stairs, it's not a big deal. So, gate placement is crucial in a trap like this though. Because if you don't place it exactly right, one part will block another. So you really have to watch and put the edge of your door right on the edge of the foundation. Or at least as close as you can. As you can see, this one is slightly out of line, but it is very close. Lots of practice to do that. Which, by the way, the easiest way is actually to place a stone or a thatch wall and then use that to line your gate up. But that's all I've got for you for now. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the tour and what I've done on this. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my builds, or maybe any ideas you might have for a build, because I'm looking for some ideas for something to build in official. I just gotta get the materials together and do it. So, join me here in a couple hours. I gotta put this wyvern away and continue my fast travels. I still have about 7 more maps to fast travel on today. And then I will be on, hopefully, still at 12 o'clock for my raft stream. Catch you later.